Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And this is the Feeding Frenzy for the Master Key System, Part 1, Day 15. I'm going to read this one this time. Okay. You get to answer all cards.
Yippee.
All right. The world within is the practical world in which men and women of power generate courage, hope, enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith, by which they are given the fine intelligence to see the vision and the practical skill to make the vision real. Okay. That was a mouthful. Now, should we take it one at a time?
Yeah.
The world within is the practical world. Okay. You buy into that?
Yes. It's taken me a while, but I am truly realizing that the world I see on the outside, which is what I used to think was the real world, is the illusion. And that the world that I have on the inside is the real world.
Now explain that, because people, they're going to think you're crazy.
Well, I am crazy, but beside the point. I create what's going on around me. Everything I look at, I have an attitude about. And as we talked about earlier, there's a filter going on. That I only see the things that I allow in. I mean, there's too many things coming at me every day, all day, that I don't see until I'm focusing on them. So I create what's coming in because of the filters I have, which are caused by what's on the inside. So I only see the things I want to see. Now, I can go out there and I can notice there's a traffic jam, or I can notice that I'm having fun listening to the radio. You know, it just depends on where I'm at any given day, and depending on what's going on in here is where I'm going to be at. So I get to choose if I'm having a good day or a bad day, not let circumstances hit me. And I'm learning more and more that there are no coincidences, and that everything happens for a reason, and most of it is because of something I've asked for a while ago. And it would come sooner if I could get rid of all the baggage around me and the programs that I have already stored up here. So,
good stuff.
So
you can do that. The world within is the practical world.
Yeah.
For you, that's
For me,
a true statement.
it is a true statement. It is my practical world now. I can predict what's going to happen a lot of times based on what's going on in here.
And the author describes the practical world as the place where men and women of power generate courage, hope, enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith. Is that true for you?
Yes, I think so. It's on the inside where all those things come from. I mean, there's nothing on the outside that's going to make me have those. Now, there's certain things on the outside that might inspire me. There are certain people out there that inspire me on a daily basis. But if I'm in a bad mood, I ain't listening to them. You know, it all depends on where I'm at when I run into those people as to how much of that is going to rub off on me. Or, you know, I can run into somebody in a bad mood, but if I'm in a good mood, it doesn't matter.
A lot of these describe things that I was taught when I was younger that I had to get from the outside. Even today, you'll have entire campaigns that'll run talking about giving someone hope. Rather than it being generated within, they talk about we do things that then would give you hope. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
According to the author here, that's already here. The world within generates
I don't think I can generate hope in you if you aren't receptive to it. So there are a lot of people who have really bad attitudes that I could go up to them and offer them hope all day long, and they're not going to take it because of where they're at. Just like when you're in a bad mood, I could try my best to make you happy. It ain't going to happen. You know?
Hey.
Well, it won't. I mean, if you're in a bad mood, you don't want to hear this stuff, you know? And
yeah, we decided not to do one of these tapes while we were in a bad mood, right?
But if somebody's not willing to receive what I have to give, then
but do you think that you are giving it to them?
No, I'm not giving it to them. I'm helping them to recognize it in themselves.
So maybe encouraging them to awaken to
Right.
what they already
So
have.
instead of giving hope, I think it's more reminding them they have hope. I like the word empowering, because I'm not giving them power. I'm helping them to see the power
Find
that's
theirs.
inside of them.
Right, right.
So when we inspire people, we're not really doing anything other than reminding them what
We're
they
not
have on the
giving them
inside.
inspiration, right?
Right. We're just showing them what they already have,
Right.
helping them to remember who they are and what they have on the inside.
So he's saying the world within is the practical world, and that the men and women of power generate all of these things: hope and hope and enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith. And by these things, by which they are given the fine intelligence to see the vision and practical skill to make the vision real. What does that mean to you?
Say it again. Peanut gallery.
Sorry. The dogs are chiming in too.
Quiet. No.
So I'm going to say it again.
Hush.
The world within is the practical world in which the men and women of power generate courage, hope, enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith. Okay, by which they are given. So by using these, you're given the fine intelligence to see the vision and the practical skill to use to make the vision real.
Okay.
Now, what does that mean to you?
That means that I have it on the inside, but to see it on the outside, I have to use the skill, the wisdom, the intelligence to realize that I can have it on the outside. To pull it from the inside to the outside.
For me, this calls to mind what Charles Fillmore talked about, the 12 powers of man. For me, this brings up when Charles Fillmore was talking about the 12 powers of man, where we all have internal powers that we draw upon. Faith and wisdom and love and intelligence and, God, if you don't quit, I'm going to hit you. In order to make our world.
Right.
You know, what we see and feel and touch and experience every day. And so I think that is basically what this is trying to talk about here. That once we become aware.
Sorry.
So anyway, this reminds me of once we become aware of the internal world being the practical one, being the one we're actually working with, not the outside world, but the inside world, using those powers that we all have innately by birthright. We're all given because we are all one. Once we are aware of those and use those powers in our toolbox, so to speak, then we have that intelligence that it's talking about to see the big picture, so to speak, or the vision, begin to work with it and make it real.
I agree.
That's what I think it means.
I agree. Read it one more time. Make sure.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention the
I
last
was
20
paying
minutes.
attention.
The world within is the practical world in which the men and women of power generate courage, hope, enthusiasm, oh God, she's burping again, confidence, trust, and faith, by which they are given the fine intelligence to see the vision and the practical skill to make the vision real.
They're given the vision or the intelligence to see the vision. That's cool. That's cool. Good stuff.
Shrine.